Hi and welcome to a new video. I'm a few weeks late with the iPhone X review, but I wanted to use it for a while so I can have a better opinion on it. I go through some specs, but not all of them, just the basic ones and what I think is relevant in everyday use. The design. Apple finally changed the design of the phone, since the iPhone 6. There were only slight changes before, but now the phone is made of stainless steel and glass, instead of full aluminum body. The glass back was necessary for wireless charging, and also it looks more premium, especially with the stainless steel frame. Two downsides of the design are the glass is a fingerprint magnet and it is very fragile. You drop your phone once and you end up with a shattered glass. Apple charges a fortune to change the back. They charge $549 for that. So be careful, use a skin or a good case and don't drop it. The phone is rocking the new A11 Bionic chip with 3GB of memory. It is a hex-core chip with 2 higher clocked cores and 4 lower clocked cores. The phone is very fast. It overperforms the last year's iPhone 7 by a lot. It even overperforms my late 2013 Retina MacBook Pro with an i5 processor in it. That's very impressive. The phone is IP67 rated, dust and water resistant. Water resistant up to 1 meter and 30 minutes, so a little bit of rain wouldn't harm it, but don't go swimming with it. The phone is slightly thicker and heavier than the last year's iPhone 7. It is 7.7mm thick and weighs 174 grams. You can definitely feel the difference, but it is easy to get used to it. On the other hand, the phone is just slightly bigger than the last year's iPhone 7 or this year's iPhone 8, but with a much bigger display, thanks to the edge-to-edge display. Talking about the display. On the front of the phone we have a new OLED display. This is the first time Apple used an OLED display for an iPhone. It is a 5.8-inch display with a resolution of 1125 by 2436 with a 458 pixel per inch. Again, typical Apple resolution. The aspect ratio is 19.5 to 9. It is a much taller display, but it looks like that's the new trend in 2017. The display is almost edge to edge, with small bezels. Not as small as on some other phones, but it is an improvement from last year's design. The screen is very bright and perfectly visible in bright sunlight. When you are watching videos in 16:9 aspect ratio, you have black bars on either side of the screen, like you are watching on a smaller screen. You can pinch to set it in full screen, but it cuts off the edges of the video. It looks nicer, except the black bar in the corner, the notch. Yes, the notch. You probably already heard about it, as everyone is talking about it. All the front-facing sensors are built into the notch. It is noticeable in everyday use, but I think the whole notch thing is just blown up by the media. You can get used to it very quickly, and it is not bothering me in everyday use. So I wouldn't say that it is a huge problem. One useful thing I found is when you applying screen protector, you can align it with the notch, and it is very easy to apply. It is a very good guideline and you can get almost perfect application every time, so at least it is good for that. On the back of the phone we have a dual camera with a quad LED true flash. Both of the sensors are 12 megapixels. The wide angle lens is on f1.8 and the telephoto lens is on f2.4. You can take some very nice photos with the phone. I don't say that it is the best camera on the market right now, but it is for sure in the top 3. I will say it's just slightly behind the Pixel 2's camera. On the other end, the video capabilities of the phone are excellent. It has an optical image stabilization, so your videos will be much more smooth. Where it stands out is the 4K 60fps recording. I'm not saying it is as good as some high-end video cameras or DSLRs, but being able to record in 4K 60fps on the phone is a big thing, at least in 2017. Also, you can record 1080p slow motion videos at 240 fps, so you can record some nice action footage with your phone. Apple got rid of the home button, as there was no space for it because of the edge-to-edge display. You interact with the phone with different sliding gestures. To go to the home screen from the app, you just slide up from the bottom of the screen. If you want to open multitasking, you have to slide up and hold for a second. I found it faster if I just slide up from the bottom left corner of the screen. You can swap between the apps here, or just slide from the bottom left to the right of the screen. To close an app, you have to slide up to bring up the list of the running apps. Press and hold on the screen. You see a red circle appears on the upper left of each one. You can close the app by swiping up or by tapping the red circle in the corner. Apple gets rid of the fingerprint reader as well. The iPhone X using a face recognition called Face ID to unlock the phone. The setup is very easy and it's even faster than setting up the Touch ID. Once you scan your face, you are ready to go. Surprisingly, it works very good. Not as fast as the Touch ID, but it is pretty good. You can unlock your phone by just tapping the screen and sliding up. The Face ID works very well, even in total darkness, as it uses infrared sensors to map your face. It works good even with glasses on. Probably you will have some trouble with some sunglasses, which not letting through infrared lights. You might have some problem unlocking your phone in bright sunlight as well. So far, after using the phone for more than 2 weeks, I would say it works for me 98% of the time. It is more accurate than the Touch ID. Thanks to the glass back, the phone supports wireless charging. Unfortunately, not fast wireless charging. It works very well even with the case on. The phone supports fast charging as well, if you plug in a cable, but you have to buy a charger for that, as the one Apple provides with the phone is just a 5-watt charger, so it is not capable of fast charging. If you have the correct charger for it, Apple claims that you can charge up to 50% in 30 minutes. I think the cheapest is if you buy an iPad charger, if you want to use the fast charging. I will leave a few links in the description. The battery life is also very good, much better than on the iPhone 7. At the end of the day, I was ending up with around 40 to 50% of battery left over. Thanks to the sensors and the face tracking, you can record and send some nice new animojis. It tracks your face and also records sound. You can record up to 10 seconds and send it. You can send it to any smartphone, it don't have to be an iPhone X. You will probably play around with animojis for a few hours if you decide to get an iPhone X, they are fun. One function what I really like is the notifications are not visible until you unlock the phone. This is not an iPhone X feature, you can enable this on any device running iOS 11. But because the Face ID, you just have to look at the phone and the notifications became visible. Apple made a big change in design and also added some new features to the iPhone X. After using the phone for over 2 weeks now, I would say it is a good phone. It has some very good functions, easy to get used to it, but also it is not perfect. Does it worth £1,000 or dollars? I don't think so. There are a few very good phones out there for a lot less, but if you are an iPhone user and you want the newest one, then go for it. You will not regret it. That's all for today. Please hit that like button if you liked the video. Subscribe to the channel for more similar content like this. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.